Hey lovely ladies, you are now watching Candy Loves Ya. Hey lovely ladies, George's cut. Hey lovely ladies, gorgeous gents and crazy kids. I've been getting emails about the same topic over and over, so I'm just going to address it in a video. The topic is, if you haven't read the title, my family, my friends, and my boyfriend do not like my natural hair. I will say before I start that I haven't experienced this because for the most part I've had positive feedback about me going natural, and after I cut my hair I got positive responses. When I was transitioning from the start, my mom was kind of like, why do you want to do that, or you don't know what's going to happen, your hair might fall out. She just wasn't completely on the train with me, on board, But after I was transitioning for a while, she became more and more supportive, and now she helps me look for products, and she likes my hair more when it's up. You can tell when she doesn't like a hairstyle and everything, but it's not like she harasses me or anything about my hair, or even talks about it. It's just not an issue, because in my house, it's just hair. It's not that big of a deal. But apparently in other families and in other relationships, it is a huge deal. I've had a lot of younger girls write me saying that their family talks about them or says they're embarrassed by them or won't let them go out in public if their hair looks a certain way, and some girls' boyfriends just act different towards them since they're transitioning or their hair is natural. And I really do feel so bad for you all, because I know the transitioning process, and even after you cut your hair, the whole getting adjusted to your natural hair, that's a big step, and it's hard to do without support. So I really do feel bad for you all, and I'm so sorry you're going through this, because I know things are already hard and this is just making it worse. First, on your part, you have to understand that everybody is not going to understand why you're going natural, especially like your moms, your grandmoms, your aunts, pretty much a lot of people older than you, because they have probably been getting relaxers all of their lives. That's probably why a lot of us have been getting relaxers for all of our lives. So to tell them that, oh, I don't want to relax my hair after they've been doing it for so long, their moms did it for so long, and they've been relaxing your hair for so long, that's a big change to them that a lot of people don't understand. So you can't expect everyone to understand why you're going natural, why this came about, why you don't want to relax your hair anymore, like it's a big deal now. And the same thing goes for relationships. Guys are already pretty much clueless about how women think, so for them to just have to get used to you transitioning, some guys don't adjust well to it because it's like just hair to them, and they don't understand why you would want to change the state of your hair. And some guys are picky, like, I only like your hair this way. Like, I've dated guys that said they wear your hair straight all the time because they liked it when I wore my hair straight down rather than putting it up in a ponytail and stuff like that. Some guys are picky like that, and I didn't last with those kind of guys, because I'm not about to let any dude dictate how I wear my hair, how I wear my clothes, what I do with my life. And I'm not saying you all should be that way, but that should be a sign right there that something is going on. While I'm on the subject of guys, I might as well continue to talk about that whole thing. I have always been raised to, if people don't support what you're doing, just forget about them. They really don't matter. If you can't find a dude that completely supports what you do, forget about them. That's just how I was brought to do, because you don't need people in your life that are going to bring you down or not be supportive of what you're doing. So in the aspects of guys not liking your hair, and girls have told me that since they started transitioning, or since they cut off their hair, their boyfriends have been treating them differently or acting like they don't like their physical appearance and everything like that. They're acting different because you changed your hair. Your hair. It's not like your personality changed. Well, some people, they might start thinking about things differently or carrying themselves in a different way, but that doesn't make sense to me. Dang it, my alarm. if you're with a guy that starts treating you any differently or starts treating you negative just because you're going natural or because you cut your hair, to me, that's not the kind of guy that you want to be with, because that shows that any slight change that you make in your life, whether it be good or bad, they're not going to stick around and stick by your side and be supportive of you. And to me, that's not a relationship worth keeping, whether it's friends, boyfriends, anything. I don't keep people in my life like that. And the fact that so many young girls are writing me this, guess what, honey bunches? If you're only like 16, 17, 18, there is like a 90% chance that you are not going to be with the dude that you're talking about right now a few years from now. You're that young. It's not like you're going to get married. I know a lot of us when we're younger are like, oh, I'm so in love with him. We're going to get married and we're going to name our kids Johnny and Billy and Sonny and all kinds of stuff. But, like, wake up to reality. Are you really going to have a serious future with that person? Because if not, then you shouldn't even be writing me about this. Your decision should already be made. Why are you even stressing over it? That's how I feel about it. If I were you all that are in this situation, I would sit my boyfriend down and say, babe, you know, this process is important to me. This is why it's important to me. This is how this process is making me feel. This is how I think now. This is my outlook on life. These are my goals for the future. If he doesn't understand like, honestly, he doesn't have to understand what you're doing, but as long as he respects what you're doing, that's all that matters. And if he doesn't respect what you're doing or how you feel about going natural or being natural, then you just need to me, you should just let it go, because that's not a dude worth keeping. A simple thing like hair should not change the way somebody treats you. It's just hair. I understand people have preferences, but if a dude is going to like you, he's going to like you whether your hair is this long or this long. It really doesn't matter. He's going to like you if you gain 10 pounds or lose 10 pounds. A real, genuine dude that truly cares about you, that's how he's going to feel about it. It's just hair. So if he's not treating it as if it's that way, you might need to reevaluate that situation. Now on to the whole family situation. My take on that is completely different, because I was brought up really close to my two brothers and my mom and my dad. And it was pretty much, they're really the only family I have. And we treat each other differently, I would say, from a lot of families, from what I'm hearing, like my boyfriend and everything. We are straightforward, brutally honest with each other. Okay? That's how my family is. So if I were to ever go to my family, show them my natural hair, if they didn't like it, they were harassing me, bullying me, talking about it looks crazy, not letting me out the house, had all kinds of negative things to say about it, I would be like, F you, this is what I'm doing. Not disrespectfully, not actually say like F you to them and stuff like that, but that's how I feel about it. Like, if they don't want to support what I'm doing, forget them. And that's how I was raised to be. And, you know, if that's how that's what my mom always taught me to say. If somebody doesn't support what you're doing, you feel like you're doing good for yourself, do not let them hold you back. Forget them. And that's what I would do, honestly, if I was in that situation. But I think a lot more people might be a bit more sensitive about it, or not want to approach. I'm not saying you should approach your family like that and just be like, screw you guys, I'm going natural, if you don't like it, you know, whatever. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying, like, it's just hair, once again. And if your parents or siblings or any type of family just puts you down for going natural, then I don't want to say something is wrong with that family, but you know, why should you care what they think? I understand that they're family, but if they're that heated over hair, like, why would you even let that get to you? How can I say this in a way that people won't get super offended, or people can actually, like, take my advice and go in action? Okay, so let's start off like this. First of all, if your family is not being supportive of what you're doing, like I said with the boyfriend, you need to sit them down and say, this is what this process means to me, this is why I'm doing it, this is why it's important to me, these are the changes I'm making in my life, I feel different about this because this and that. You know, explain exactly how you feel about the process. If they still aren't supportive after that and are completely negative after that, why should you even care about what they think? That's my feeling towards it. I understand it's hard to be put down all the time or have negative stuff said to you or have your family treat you differently. Some parents don't even try to, but they do sometimes treat their kids differently. Like, if it keeps happening and you've tried your hardest to explain to them what's going on with you, why even stress over it anymore? You've done all you can do, and you can't change the way somebody feels about it. So why stress over it? And I understand that a lot of you are hurt and stressing over the situation, but what can you do? If you've sat your family down and explained to them how much you care about this process, why you're doing it, and they still can't find it within themselves to listen to you or try to see where you're coming from, then their opinion of what you're doing should not really matter. And honestly, I think it'll get better for most of you. A lot of you just start transitioning that are telling me this, and your hair is going to change completely from the time you start transitioning to when you're farther through your transition and when you finally cut your hair. So they might feel differently about the issue maybe a few months from now, or they might even stop caring. They might stop talking about you or making negative comments or giving you dirty looks just because if you plan on transitioning for a long time, that's a long time to keep up with that. So I don't know, I would just get tired of being so negative towards people. But like I said, I haven't experienced this, so I mean, you could take my suggestions if you want. I can't really suggest much because I don't know how to deal with the issue. I can't completely say how to deal with the issue unless I've been through it, you know? So that's just how I feel about it, and that's kind of what I would do. It's not much, but I mean, I'm not about to break my back trying to change the way other people view me if, you know, they're going to think what they want to think anyway. So why waste your time on it, you know? Who cares? As long as you're happy, that should be all that matters. So that's how I feel. That's kind of my advice, I guess. Is this an advice video? Maybe. I guess we'll see. But I'm currently rocking flat twists, two-strand twists, because I don't want to deal with my hair. If you want to see the tutorial for that, click here. If you would like to be the transitioner or natural of the week on my blog, click here. And if something's really bothering you and you need advice on it or guidance or suggestions or anything, you can watch this video here for more details. And there is a transitioner of the week that is currently featured on my blog, so go ahead and read up on her and what she's doing in her process. That's it. I hope you all are having a lovely day. Please feel free to share your views on this topic, and I will see you all next Friday. Candy loves ya.